to the latest edition of the Unimaginatively titled comic vlog. So right now what you can see is me doing some colouring. I've got a tablet, well it's a graphics tablet and a laptop, and I'm colouring this artwork. This is one of the last pieces of artwork for the big commission that I've been working on. I can tell you more about that now. So the commission, it is a project called Kingdom 1000. It's a celebration of the 1000th quote unquote anniversary of the establishment of the concept of England, as I understand it. Various rules and legislations were passed about 1,000 years ago by King Canute, which essentially created the nation of England as we know it today. Various things were enacted, including a very sort of rudimentary form of human rights was sort of put together. It's all celebrated, and there's a big video about it, which you can see some of the artwork that I've done for the project on. So links are going to be down below. I encourage you to, and I recommend you to just watch the video, get an idea what the project's about, so you get an idea what's going on. This was a big project. This was probably the best part of 4 months' work, but we were delayed heavily by various logistical errors, logistical problems, shall we say, and I had to sort of work at speed to sort of meet this deadline, which we've done. Yet another deadline met, and yeah, it's good. So right now what you can see I'm doing is I'm literally just putting flat tones down for these Vikings that are running away from, I believe it's King Edmund, and they're very simple. My line work's kind of loosey-goosey. It's not amazingly detailed, but it fits the style. So I'm just putting down some tone here. I'm putting a bit of shading around this eye, and I'm doing this on the flats layer. Just adding some dark shadows around his eyes makes him look a little bit more angry, a little bit more formidable, and it draws your eye to the eye and gives him some character. So that's the rationale behind that. Okay, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some shading. So I can put a new layer in there, put some tones down, some dark, very dark red, and the layer is set to edition, and this is in Krita. In Photoshop I believe it's something like an overlay layer, will give you the same result, and I'm literally just drawing the shadows in, blocking in whole areas, say this is in shadow, this is not in shadow, and I'm just filling it in, and I'm not having to change any colours. I'm just using the layer, I'm letting the layer do all the heavy lifting for the shading. It's not the most realistic technique, but it's the quickest, and it's the most I think it's the quickest and most effective way of doing it quickly. Going forwards in future projects I probably won't use this technique. I'll probably try and use the teachings of Mohammed Abaghi. His link's down below anyway. He does great videos where he demonstrates techniques in colouring, and I love watching his work. If I had one criticism, he seems to rely on a backlight for a lot of the characters, which I think can be detrimental, because essentially every shot starts to look very similar. If everything's got a bright green or blue or purple sort of backlit or halo lit around the edges, then everything starts to look the same. That's my only criticism based on the videos I've seen. I could be totally wrong, but still great resources and great videos to watch. So I've talked for nearly 4 minutes, well nearly 5 minutes now, about this commission. So let's talk about something else. You might remember before Christmas I talked about an anthology submission that I did regarding cryptids, and I heard back from them yesterday. I sent my submission, my pitch, and it was rejected. never mind. This always going to be the case. I'm not familiar with pitching process or the way that these anthologies seem to want pitches these days. In the past, calls have gone out for comics, and you make the comics and you send them the comics, and they get printed or they get accepted and put in the magazine or the comic, or they don't. And I quite like that technique because it doesn't require me to sort of tell you about myself. It's just, here's my work, take it or don't take it. This one I had to sort of fill a form in detailing myself and work I'd done previously, and my preferred choice of pronouns, and whether or not I identified as anything or whatever, you know. And for me that seemed a very strange way of doing it. I'd much rather talk about the comics and get the comics out and let people judge my work based on the work, not based on all these social media stuff. But listen, when one door opens, when one door closes, another one opens. So right now, I've now got an 8-page script that I wrote that's not being used. So I'm thinking I'm going to use that. I'm thinking I'm going to give the script a once-over, give it a polished pass, maybe get an editor to have a look at it, and produce a book. At the moment it's 8 pages. I'm thinking maybe we can expand it to 16. That could be quite cool. So that's something I'm looking into, and I'm hopeful that it'll be good. So right now this week, what am I doing? Well, I've got another commission for another client, but this is a way shorter project. I've got a week to do it. I've got a week to do it. It's a very simple project. The design's already been approved, so it's just a case of doing it, which is great. Once that's done, I can get back to making comics, and these vlogs can get back to some sense of normalcy. I've also, at some point in the next couple of weeks, need to package up some mini comics, take with me to a comic convention. Yes, you heard right. I'm going to be at a comic convention. I'm going to be at Troops, the True Believers Comic Festival in Cheltenham Spa on the 1st of February. So if you're in the area, fly me out. If you see me there, I'll be the person that looks like me. Say hello, and there might be a mini comic for you. There almost will certainly be a mini comic for you if you can find me out and say hello. So yeah, that's this week. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about Troops next time. There's another video I want to do this week, so we'll talk about it then. Okay. In the meantime, I'll let you watch me finish off colouring this sword, and I'll say goodbye. All right. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're still subscribed and rock the bell for notifications. Okay, bye bye now.